Dear students, in previous class we have learned the definition of a verb. So in this class you are going to learn types of verb. What are the types of verb? There are two types of verb, auxiliary verbs and main verbs. In auxiliary verbs again we have primary and modal, and in main verbs again we have regular and irregular verbs. In this class we are going to learn about the types of verb. Before starting the types of verb, let us recall the definition of a verb once again. So here a verb is a word. What is a verb? A verb is a word that indicates some action, a state of being or position and position. So this is a verb. So yesterday I had given examples, right? What are the examples? Ran, play, right? Ran, play, teach, am, is, has, have. So I have given some example. A verb is a word that indicates some action, a state of being, or position and position. So here these are the examples of a verb. Based on, so I talked about in previous class, right? So a verb is an action word. A verb, it talks about state of being. A verb, it talks about position. Based on the definition, that means based on the function of a verb. So verb can be classified into two types. So how we categorize the verb? We categorize the verb based on the function. So for example, here I am a teacher. So am here. It functions as a state of being or a position. So here, they play cricket. Play, it functions as action. So now here, based on the function, a verb can be classified into two kinds. Two categories. So what are they? They are auxiliary verbs and main verbs. So now the types of a verb. The first one, auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs. And the second one, main verbs. So here auxiliary verbs are also, we can call it helping verbs. So why do we call them helping verbs? Because it helps the main verb to form a sentence. So how we, for example, main verb. Teach is a main verb. For example, if I want to write, I am teaching English. So here am, it helps the main verb. So we can call it, so auxiliary verbs are also, we can call them as helping verbs. That means here main verbs teach, main verb, it function independently in a sentence. Whereas helping verbs, it helps the main verb. So that means it depends. So it functions, it cannot function independently in a sentence. For example, so sometimes auxiliary verbs are also, we can use as main verbs. For example, we can say that I am a teacher. So am here, am here it performs as a main verb. So here am, it performs as it helps the main verb. So the types of verbs are here auxiliary verbs and main verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also nothing but helping verbs. So main verb we have another name also. For main verbs we have another name. What is the another name? Principal verbs. We can also call them principal verbs. Principal verbs. So now here we can see here. So what are helping verbs? What are auxiliary verbs? So now here let us see the different types of auxiliary verbs classified, categorized into two. So what are they? Primary auxiliaries, and modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliary verbs are primary auxiliaries. So here auxiliary verbs can be classified into again two. What are they? Primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. What are the primary auxiliaries here? What are primary auxiliary verbs? The primary auxiliary verbs are be forms. The second one, do forms, and the third one, have forms. So these be forms are here. These be forms also we can say that to be form. It can be written as to be, and do forms it can also be written as to do. So have forms it can also to be written as to have. So what are be forms here? So I will write here. So am, is, are. Am, is, are, was and were. Was and were. So these are all be forms. Am, is, are, was, were. These are be forms. Do forms. What are do forms here? So here do, does. Do, does, and here did. Did is. These are do forms. And have forms. What are have forms? Has or have or have and have. These are have forms. So what are primary auxiliaries? The primary auxiliaries are be forms, do forms, and have forms. So what are be forms here? Am, is, are, was, were. What are do forms? Do, does, did. And what are have forms? Here to have forms. Has, have, had. So here these are the when do we use, where do we use these be forms? What is the use of auxiliaries? What is the use of auxiliaries? And what is the use of primary auxiliaries? I mean use means here function. Functions of auxiliaries we will see next. So the functions, so when do we use? Where do we use? What is the function? So we will see next. So let me give you. So here when it comes to modal auxiliaries, so I give here modal auxiliary verbs. It's a separate chapter, and when I teach you language functions, I teach you this modal auxiliary verbs. Only here I will provide you the list of modal auxiliaries. What are modal auxiliaries? I give you the list and just I give you one or two examples how to use the modal auxiliaries. That's it. So now here modal auxiliaries. So here I write here will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need, dare, used to. So will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need, dare, used to. These are modal auxiliaries. What are modal auxiliaries here? Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need, dare, used to. These are modal auxiliaries. So along with this, we can also consider has to, had to, have to. So these are also sometimes these three also functions like modal auxiliaries. So now here, so what are modal auxiliaries? Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need, dare, used to. So these are modal auxiliaries. So modal auxiliaries functions. It has got separate functions in a sentence. I teach you these the use and functions of modal auxiliaries when I teach you language functions. Let us see one example here. For example, I can swim across the river. So here can, it talks about the ability. It's your ability. What is your ability here? You can swim across the river. Can, it indicates ability. What is the function of can here? It talks about ability. That means each and every modal auxiliaries, it has got individual functions and uses. The uses and they function differently in a sentence. So for example, I tell you that can here, it can talks about ability. So when I change this as a question, can I go there? Can I go there? Can, it talks about permission. So I am asking permission. May I go there? Asking permission. So that means here, so when I teach you language functions, I teach you these modal auxiliaries. It's a separate chapter. So each and every modal auxiliary, it has got its own usage and function. So auxiliary verbs and modal verbs. So here we can say primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. What are primary auxiliaries? Be forms, do forms and have forms. So we see the functions later, and let us move on to main verbs. The main verbs are of two kinds. What are the main verbs? The first one is regular verbs. Regular verbs, irregular verbs. Regular and irregular verbs. Main verbs can be classified as regular and irregular verbs. We have seen the definition, right? A verb is a word that indicates action. So all the action words are main verbs. What are they? All the action words are main verbs. All the action words are main verbs. Regular and irregular. So what are regular verbs and what are irregular verbs? The regular and irregular. Regular and irregular. So regular verbs and irregular verbs. Let us see what are regular verbs and what are irregular verbs. Before explaining regular and irregular verb, let me give you the conjugation of verbs. Just introduction about the conjugation. So the forms of a verb. So all the action verbs or the main verbs, it has different forms. So what are they? We can say that present form, past form, past, V1, V2, V3. So this present form is also nothing but we can say that base form. Base, we can say that base form. So now here, for example, if I take a word base form, go. What is the past form? Simply we can say when. What is the past participle? Gone. So when I take another word, talk, talk. So for example, here past participle, talk. Here also talk. So here, now you see present, past, past participle, the forms of a verb. So here a verb has different forms. These forms is nothing but conjugation. So the main verbs here, the main verbs can be classified into regular and irregular. There are some verbs, let me explain. There are some verbs, the verbs form their past and past participle or V2 and V3, D or ED. They form, right? Let me tell you once again. The verbs, they form their past participle and present participle D with D or ED. So for example, so I talked about here talked, talked. So here the past participle ends with ed. The present, the past participle ends with ed. Past also ends with ed. So if the verb, so form their past participle and past with the same d or ed, we can call it regular verbs. So now here irregular verbs. What are irregular verbs here? So go, went, gone. They form their past and past participle in a different way. There is no ed endings, ed or d endings in irregular verbs. Such verbs are called irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. Regular verbs. Those verbs which form their past and past participle with D or ED, we can call them regular verbs. What are regular verbs? Those verbs which form their past and past participle with D or ED, we can call regular verbs. That means past and past participle endings with D or ED. For example, if I give you care, so we can say that cared. So talk, we can say that talk. So these are the examples. What are irregular verbs? What are irregular? Irregular. Now irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. Those verbs which form their past and past participle, with in a past and past participle in a different way is called irregular verbs. Here past and past participle the same way they form. Here in this, those verbs which form their past and past participle in a different way. For example, I give you go, went, gone. go, went, gone. So this is one example. Go, went, gone. So now here, so today, until now, today we have discussed in this class, in day 3 class, types of verb. What are the types of verbs here? Auxiliary verbs, helping verbs, and auxiliary verbs are helping verbs and main verbs. In auxiliary verbs, we have again two kinds, primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. In main verbs, we have regular and irregular verbs. So now here, regular and irregular verbs. So here in this day 3, in day 3 homework, I am going to give you list out the regular verbs 20 to 25. List out the regular verbs and post them in group. Post them in group. Write it 22 to 25 and use this present form, past participle. Only regular verbs. Tomorrow in day 3, that means in day 4 class, I am going to give you the list of irregular verbs. The list of irregular verbs. In day 4, I am going to teach you irregular verbs, the forms of irregular verbs. So what is the list of irregular verbs? So today your homework is 20 to 25 irregular verbs is sort out and post them. Do your homework and post them in the group. Thank you.